All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bracha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And basically, as you can already see in the headline, U.S. Border Patrol catches Hezbollah terrorist heading to New York to make a bomb. All right. And this is originally I saw this on Twitter. I got a news alert on Twitter. Um and this is the post that it said, right? It says the invasion continues. US Border Patrol in Texas nabbed a Hezbollah terrorist headed to New York, quote, hoping to make a bomb. And I mean, this is something we've been constantly warning about, which is that it's only a matter of time really before situations like this arise where with this open border anybody can pretty much come through. Okay. And now, I mean, it could go one of like many ways, right? Like this regardless of how organic or inorganic this is, we don't know. We have to wait and see. Okay, because with all the people that have been able to sneak into the border, what are the chances that they catch one that is a Hezbollah terrorist, and who's to say that he's the first? Okay, so let's get into this real quick. I found the full article on on the New York Post. So let's read it. Read into it real quick and see what we can get, man. But ultimately, the theme is that we are definitely living, as the scriptures say, in evil days. All right, and that's why it's always crucial. It's not just advisable or important, but it's crucial. That you pray and stay in the spirit. Okay, because we need the protection of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai really more than ever. So let's read this. Once again, this is from the New York Post. And the headline reads, illegal migrant from Lebanon caught at border admitted he is a Hezbollah terrorist hoping, quote, to make a bomb, and was headed for New York. Because when you're to nations outside of the US, places like New York, Cali, Chicago, like there's some big name places that people, outside the country, when they think of the US, there are some of these names that come straight to mind. Just like when you think of like other countries, there's certain names and locations that come straight to mind. So, I mean, it's interesting that I don't know, however they got him to admit or confess to this. Okay, but let's keep reading. So it says here, a Lebanese migrant who was caught sneaking over the border admitted he's a member of Hezbollah. He hoped to make a bomb, and his destination was New York, the Post can reveal. Uh, Basel Ebadi, 22, was caught by Border Patrol on March 9th near El Paso, Texas. While in custody, uh, he asked what he was doing in the U.S. I guess maybe I should say he was asked what he was doing in the U.S. To which he replied, "I'm going to try to make a bomb," according to a Border Patrol document exclusively obtained by the Post. So once again, like I said, I don't know what kind of methods they use to get him to confess to this, because I guess like normally speaking, you would probably not want to confess something like this, you know, if it's like truly organic, but maybe they used, I don't know, some special interrogation techniques. Who knows? Okay. But maybe he's a plant. Who knows? All right. Maybe on the flip side, this is to push another narrative, to prepare the minds of the people to say, hey, look, if we already caught somebody that's admitted they're from Hezbollah and they admitted they were going to now, let's think about this, right? So do you think that if he was able to make it through and he was trying to make a bomb, and he was headed for New York. That he was just trying to, he just needed some shelter. He was seeking refuge, and he just wanted to make some decorations. He wanted to know how a bomb works, and that's all. Clearly not, right? So it says here, in a subsequent sworn interview, Ebadi said he had trained with Hezbollah for 7 years and served as an active member guarding weapons locations for another 4 years, according to internal ICE documents. So, you know, they're pretty much, they're not playing. And we've been saying this, which is, if you are Hezbollah, or if you're like Iran, or you're one of those countries, and you're pretty much, I mean, we already see what's going on over there in the East. So if you deal with like maybe like even like the Houthis, for example, that are so-called terrorizing the Red Sea and all of that, and they're like, the U.S. just got involved, Britain just got involved, and they've made it known that they don't care. They want to get in there, and they're trying to get at the U.S. because the U.S. is backing Israel in this war. So you then hear, okay, I could go back and forth with you on the sea, but I also know that your borders are open and anybody from all around the world is coming through. So, well, then I could also send people in there too. Some of them might get caught, some of them might be on your watch list, but some of them might not be on your watch list. And once they're in there, well, that's a lot of damage they can do, no? Because you're literally bypassing everything. And what if somebody like that makes it into the US, makes it into New York or what other major city, and if you are I don't know, if you're deemed some terrorist organization and you come in here, you're gonna have some form of coordination. You wouldn't just say like, I mean, they could just have one person go rogue, or they could say, you know what, plant a few sleeper cells over in New York, a few in Chicago, over a few in Florida, a few in this area, a few in that area, and then when they give them the go ahead, boom, they just start doing some wild shit. Who knows? But then again, the FBI has been warning about these different, I mean, not just the FBI, but a lot of people have been warning about the dangers of having an open border like that. And now this situation arises. So it's really just another escalation. Like I said, whether it's organic or whether it's set up or whatever the case is, it's still going in the direction of a narrative. And it really could just be a matter of time until maybe instead of somebody getting caught here, the person actually makes it through. And then the way people find out is by some major explosion going on somewhere, where they, something like 9/11 or worse from the inside. Who knows? But let's keep on reading here. Let's take a look actually at this image. Yeah, I could zoom in a little bit. All right, so it says the U.S. Border Patrol significant arrest. Lebanese claimed membership to foreign terrorist in the El Paso sector. So it says here, this is the issue or the briefing topic. El Paso sector intelligence agents assigned to the tactical terrorism response team interviewed Basil Basel, however you say that, Basil Basel Ibadi from Lebanon, after he made terroristic threats to personnel at the I guess that's the El Paso sector hardened facility. Post Miranda, call them BBE, claimed membership to a foreign terrorist organization. Current state subject is held at El Paso sector hardened facility and is being interviewed by TTRT and by Joint Terrorist Task Force. The background is on March 9th, 2024, BBE was apprehended by El Paso Border Patrol agents near Zone 24 of the El Paso Border Patrol Station's area of operation. Like I mentioned before, it's very unlikely that if Hezbollah was to send a terrorist into the US, they would send just one person and send them through one area. Okay, I mean, anybody who's trying to do something like this would probably think further than that. But we have to wait and see. So let's keep on reading. So it says here, he was transported to the El Paso hardened facility for further processing and investigation. So yeah, maybe they used enhanced interrogation tactics on him to get him to confess that. Because I highly doubt if this is a some organic situation. I highly doubt that somebody that's a truly a terrorist would just confess things like this. So on March 11th at the El Paso hardened facility, or the EHF, BBE was checked by medical staff and was asked what he was doing here in the US. A body replied, "I'm going to try to make a bomb." He was placed in isolation and was referred to TTRT agents for interview, which was that? That's uh where are we at? I know they mentioned it here somewhere. Tactical Terrorism Response Team. And once again, like I said, I'm sure they have ways of, that's why they take them to certain facilities. They have ways of getting information out of people, right? Waterboarding, X, Y, and Z. On March 12th, post Miranda, a body claimed membership to a foreign terrorist organization. So from March 9th to March 11th to March 12th, they must have been interrogating him to get this information out. So then, it kind of gives you more perspective, right? It's not like, hey, they caught him the second they put cuffs on him or something. He's like, I'm from this place and I'm planning to do this, right? Nobody really does that. Okay, so now let's read some more. So Ibadi's training focused on quote unquote jihad and killing people. That was not Muslim, he said. Oh shit. So there you go. Border agents continue to see a surge in migrants whose names appear on the terror watch list entering the U.S. illegally as crossings continue at record levels. So as more and more people are coming into the country, at least you know that this wouldn't be probably not the first and definitely probably not the last of a situation like this, right? Where they're coming into the country. He already told you his training was focused on, as he says, jihad and killing people that weren't Muslim. So there's that for you. So like I said, man, I mean, it's looking to be an interesting year. And let's see. Hezbollah, an Iran-backed terror group, has launched missiles into northern Israel following Hamas' attack on October 7th that have killed about a dozen IDF soldiers and 7 civilians. Ibadi said he was fleeing Lebanon because he didn't want to kill people, adding, "Once you're in, you can never get out." Ibadi didn't have documents when he entered the U.S., claiming they were robbed with a knife while he was in Costa Rica, according to the ICE documents. He also admitted to using a fake birthday and name in Sweden, in Ecuador, where he claimed his father resides, and Panama this year. So at least you can sort of see the different locations, right, that they go to in order to get here, right, to the U.S. He said he had originally hoped to go to New York and then move around the country. I'm curious as to what he was planning to do around the country. Ibadi was immediately placed into isolation and was referred for an interview with the Tactical Terrorism Response Team for making terroristic threats to personnel. Internal documents show he was marked for deportation from the U.S., although it was not clear which country he would be returning to. Border agents recorded 98 encounters of terror watch listed individuals at both the northern and southern borders in fiscal year 2022. That's like 2 years ago. And almost twice as many, that's 172, in the 2023 fiscal year, which ends September 20th. So far, in the first 4 months of 2024, 59 people have been apprehended, according to federal data. The total number of terror watch listed encounters between fiscal years 2017 and 2021 amounted to just 30 people. But after that time, the criteria for being on the list, which has never been disclosed, was expanded. So, I mean, That's kind of sort of telling you what the theme of things, has become, right? Because if your numbers are jumping from a combined from 2017 to 2021, okay, which is about what, 4 years, 17 to 23 years plus one, 4 years was 30 people. And in just what, 1 year, you had 172, that year being last year. Just days before, let me see what this is. Okay. Just days before former President Donald Trump's visit to Eagle Pass, Texas, a terror watch listed migrant crossed into the area illegally, according to an internal agency memo the Post obtained. And here's the thing, terror watch listed people are not the only people that can do terroristic acts. They're just ones that are on a watch list. Okay? They're just ones that are on a watch list. So do not be surprised if, you know, some events go down because it's been foreshadowed for so long. Um, Colombian national Carlos Obed Yepes Bedoya, 40, was first apprehended by the Texas Department of Public Safety, which handed him into the custody of Border Patrol. Border agents made the determination about Yepes Bedoya's alleged terror ties. This underscores the need for border security measures as potential threats to both public safety and national security are evident and exploit security vulnerabilities. So, I mean, they're warning about cyber attacks. They're talking about cyber threats. Now they're talking about physical threats. So, as the scriptures say, you have to be circumspect. And that's really not the only thing they have to worry about, because the country in itself is just deteriorating. It's just going down on all fronts. It's going downhill when it comes to the economy. It's going downhill when it comes to just regular day-to-day activities. You got people getting shot on the train. You got people getting stabbed. You committed suicide. I mean, crime is just through the roof. Now they got National Guard troops in the subway stations, and people are still getting shot. You know, and now you got to worry about that. You got to also worry about cyber threats. A lot of incidents have been happening recently in not just the US, but in different countries as well, where you're having internet is going down, you're having government websites also getting taken down, you're having communication services being taken down, and all of these things are happening. And I believe with this eclipse that's coming, they were also warning, telling people to stock up on food and all that. When have they ever warned for people to stock up on an eclipse? So what exactly are they, anticipating? Okay. So it says here, uh, the federal government has failed to enact border security measures, and the state of Texas, through Government Abbott's Operation Lone Star, will continue to take unprecedented action to help secure the border. All right. But this is basically, what the current breaking news is. Okay, so you already know, like I said, definitely probably will not be the last, you hear of this, and maybe there might be an actual event that happens. This was them saying, "Hey, we caught this guy at the border. He said he was going to do this," but that's not the only area that they're coming into the country from. And as people have already, made claims that it's very possible that you already have terrorists in the country already, because just because one of them or two or 1,000 or 100 make it into the country doesn't mean they're going to act right away. So let's see. Let us see. Anyway, let me get this real quick. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. The days are evil. The days are evil. So that means you're getting ready to see things that you haven't seen before or experienced before in your life. Okay. It might be at a supermarket. It might be at a mall. It might be at a football game. It might be anywhere, where you're just there, whatever. And then next thing you know, some shit happens and now you're hearing it on the news. Okay, it might be, I don't know, in the train station. It could really be anywhere. And at this point, that's pretty much the vibration in the air that at any moment something major can go down. And if you don't have the protection of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're not going to be able to anticipate every event. Okay. You may be at Stop and Shop buying groceries. And next thing you know, 2 seconds ago, Stop and Shop was there. 2 seconds later, it's not. It's like, blown up to bits. Okay. You never know. So I'm going to finish it off with this. This is the book of First Thessalonians chapter 5, and just getting straight to the point, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And guess what? It's going to come suddenly, especially to those that are not paying attention. I'm sure there's people out there that would never even see this article. They would never even hear of this information, and they'll go on thinking life is all sweet, not knowing how the evils are going to keep on growing and growing and growing. Okay. I think there's a precept on that says, even then shall evils grow upon the earth. They shall think themselves to be in good case, but even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Okay. So, I mean, Jacob's trouble, we talk about it a lot, but it really is, it's going to be a very uncomfortable time, because all of us are going to see and witness situations that we've never seen or experienced before. And it's going to be different. A lot of it is going to be situations where, you're hearing or seeing, people losing their lives, not on TV, not as a news article, not as a statistic, but maybe in person. And some people have never seen that before, so yeah, it's definitely, we're definitely living in these times. And it's, as Yahweh Shai said, we have to watch as well as pray. Okay, that we may have that mercy to escape in these times, because technically speaking, we haven't really seen anything yet. These are just foreshadowing of things to come, and those things being a time like never before. So anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. And until next time, Shalom.